Re-elections of governors and presidents allegedly got 3-4 times more than the first elections. Now, allegedly, these monies come from the coffers of the states, of the government, for the legislature, because of constituencies where there is only one tenure. Let us make it 6 tenures, but it should still be multiple as it is.
So for more perspective on the 6-year single-term presidency and the task of electoral reform, let's join political analyst Professor Isaac Obasi, who's a professor of public administration from the University of Abuja. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the program. I'd like to begin with this, debate about 6-year single term for governors and president. Now, some are describing the rejection of this bill by the House of Representatives as a missed chance. They believe that this is the right way forward, and they give reasons. They talk about cost, issues of violence, and they go on and on. But from where you sit, what is your take on this bill, this idea?
Well, thank you very much. I think a single tenure for president and governors is the way to go, regardless of the views of those who are opposing it. First, the argument made by the proponent is quite sound, but I take a perspective that first says, if, for instance, we look at the issue from deductive and inductive logic of getting knowledge, we know that it's imperative we change the second term opportunity given to politicians, which has really messed up our politics. And let me explain that from a single case study point of view, for instance. What is happening in Edo is just fresh in our minds. A supposedly governor who was focused on governance, here he comes completely derailed, distracted first and derailed because of policies of second term. Whether he legitimately desires it and is being blocked by others, or whether others are making it difficult for him completely even to aspire, is a different matter. The issue is that if it's a single term, it will not happen. That man is on a trajectory of good governance. He should have been allowed to do his work. But as it is now, the people of Edo are the losers. But let us secondly look at a single case study of what happened in Kogi. It's obvious that policies of second term, the obsession that go with it, the desperation that go with it, definitely robs us of competent and good governance. What you find is, in fact, incompetence rewarded. Why? Because of power of incumbency. So the argument by those who are saying, yes, it creates more violence, generates more violence than ordinarily should be, perfectly correct. Look into our history. We have experimented this second term, 4-year second term for presidents and governors. It has not paid us well. The experience is there to be instructive for us to change our mode.
Professor Obasi, some...
I will want...
Okay, you can land on that.
Hello?
You can land on that. Yeah.
I want a situation where the president and governors are given single tenure of 6 years. It's okay. But I want the House and the National Assembly 4-year term.
All right. Now,
where we break.
I need to quickly put this in, Professor Obasi, because of our time. Now, those who are against this bill, they keep saying, there might not be enough time to, build what the governors and presidents are building. But I would like you to also respond to the issue of electoral reforms. Now, the president made a statement yesterday that he will oversee a free, fair, and credible 2023 elections. Now, that's a statement that I believe carries a lot of weight, but I also believe it should be followed by action. So what kind of action do you think should follow that sort of statement which the president made before we go?
Yes, both your last statement on the issue I was discussing and this current one is story for the gods. It's story for the gods. We really don't have anything to benefit from that statement, even though it's a very good statement. Everybody would have wished he made much, much earlier. It's coming late, of no use. After allowing people you can call brigands. They did what they liked, used state power recklessly, power of incumbency, and put it to your face. That's nothing. We are going back. And they went back with all those things everybody saw. And our president shook hands with a person who won that election under that. And a few days after, of course, you directed that the woman killed should be, those who killed her should be arrested. I mean, there's a lot of contradiction. I would have wished that our president took this stance many years ago and put it in practice when he was contesting in 2014 that brought him in 2015.
All right.
All those campaigns he made, if we hold on to it, we've not seen it practicalized. So this statement he made, promise of credible election 2023, is good, but it's coming too late. Story I said for the Govs.
You know, some will say better late than never, but would like to thank you so much, Professor Isaac Obasi, a professor of public administration from the University of Abuja. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon. Well, let's move over to the National Assembly, well, still at the National Assembly, sort of, where the Senate is summoning the Minister of Interior, Mr. Rauf Aregbesola, to explain details of the written visa on arrival policy, which was introduced by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Senate has also mandated its Committee on Foreign Affairs to urgently liaise with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to investigate the status of Nigerian businesses in Ghana. Well, that's our program for this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. But remember, you can always watch this episode and other episodes on our YouTube page. Our channel is at Channels Television. As usual, don't forget to subscribe so you can get access to the amazing content we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Kayode Okikiolu. Have a pleasant day ahead.